Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Capitals fans, a matchup of the two teams that sat out of the playoffs in the Eastern Conference last season is now a matchup of two of the best teams in the East early on this year. Welcome into the pregame show here at Bob Suiter's Capitol Ice Arena for tonight's USHL matchup between the Madison Capitals and the Muskegon Lumberjacks. I'm Drew Steele, and I'll be captaining the ship going through your ear ocean all evening long here on the Capitals Broadcast Network. Coming up on pregame, we'll chat with Caps head coach and GM Andy Brandt. We'll run through the lineups for tonight as well in a preview of tonight's matchup with the Muskegon Lumberjacks. But first, the Capitals hit the road last week for a Saturday-Sunday series against the Lincoln Stars. In Game 1, the Capitals shined on both ends of the ice. 6 goals on the offensive end, including a pair from both Finn Brink and Max Nagel. On the defensive end of the ice, it was Patrick Berzinch. Shined brightly. He shined brightly in that game for sure, stopping 45 of 46 Lincoln Stars shots on net. Madison took home a 6-1 win and looked to continue the undefeated 4-0-0-0 record into Sunday evening's contest. The goaltending, it remained for Madison in that Sunday contest. 41 of 43 shots stopped by Carson Musser, but the offense was held to a season low in 1 goal. That one tally came at the offensive end with the extra attacker on as the team trailed for the first time in the third period this season. And although the team would collect a point in overtime, Madison falls for the first time on Sunday to make their record 4-0-1-0 as mentioned. The 4-0-0-0 start for Madison through 4 games is an all-time best in franchise history, which the point streak still continuing at 5 games at the moment is also a franchise best to start the season. Madison looks to continue the streak here tonight against the Muskegon Lumberjacks. We'll preview tonight's matchup, talk to Caps bench boss Andy Brandt, and more as we lead you towards puck drop of Caps and Jacks here on the Capitals Broadcast Network. We'll be right back with more. Slam it home. Steele scores!
Dear First Place, how do you get to the top? When you see something you want, just keep on climbing. And don't let anything stand in your way. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 48 months on a tough new 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Capital Ice Arena. Tonight's game is one that might not have been highlighted in the league last season if it was based off of the standings. But as Capitals fans know, the team finished last place last year. Muskegon not much better, 13th place out of 16 teams, both missing out on the playoffs. How things have changed, though. Madison comes in with a record of 4-0-1-0 on the year and in possession is second place in the Eastern Conference with 9 points. Muskegon is 4-1-0-0 and tied for the third position in the conference with 8 points to their name. Something to expect in tonight's matchup. A barn burner could be in store. Both teams toward the top of the league in scoring. Muskegon with the league's leading scoring offense this season, 6 goals per game. And you look at Madison, it's not too much farther behind, 4th in the league on the offensive end with a 4.6 goals per game rate. The one difference, though, the Capitals on the back end have that goaltending that has really shined early on in the year. 4th in that category as well are the Capitals, 2.4 goals against per game rate there. Patrick Berzinch and Carson Musser, the 2 goaltenders there. I spoke with head coach and general manager Andy Brandt earlier today. We spoke about the Lumberjacks offense as well as some other keys to the weekend. Here's what he had to say.
We're joined here by head coach and general manager Andy Brandt. Andy, team picks up 3 points on the road last weekend. quick little recap of it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, obviously you come out with 3 or 4, that's huge for our group. I thought the first night was really good. Obviously a lot of energy in that building. Opening night for Lincoln, the star came down. So we had to wait a little bit to start the game, which was fine. I thought our start was slow, but we gradually got better as the game went along. And obviously our goaltending was outstanding with Patty and that there. And then the second night, Lincoln came out and they pushed hard. And I thought it was a really good hockey game from both sides. And again, Musk for us was outstanding, a little bit unfair to him to take an overtime loss in that game because he was so good. But all in all, a really good trip.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about goaltending, obviously switching back and forth between the two. Patty's leading the league in save percentage, and Carson's doing his job. Is that the biggest key when you look at the team so far this year, that the success all kind of stems from the back end?
Well, I think anytime you have a successful team, goaltending's usually at the root of it, right? So I think here we're really fortunate to have Patty and Musk. I think Shane Conley should get a ton of credit with those two. He's here every day working with those guys. He's established a really good relationship with those guys, and they work really well together. So I think obviously those guys enjoy having Shane here, and from a coaching staff perspective, it's so valuable to have a guy like him here. And then I think another thing with our group is our depth up front. I think we're really deep up front. I think we're a team that can roll 4 lines and use all the guys that are dressed, and I think that helps as the game goes along and helps as we get later in the weekend as well.
Yeah, you talk about the deep group up front. Is there a player that maybe his stats aren't there, but fans at home should really watch for him on the ice because he's fun to watch?
Well, I think if you look at the line of Long, Rice, and Lamb, point production might not be where they want it to be, but I think they've been our most consistent line up front day in and day out. So those 3 guys in particular are fun for us to watch as a coaching staff, just because we know what we're going to get every time they jump the boards.
Coming into the weekend, Muskegon with a 6 goals per game rate right now, leading the league in that category. What's it going to take to slow them down, or is the goal, hey, we're going to be able to score up front, our goaltending's good, rely on them, and just kind of focus on ourselves?
Well, we always want to be a defensive-minded team. I think obviously the one game against Chicago was a 7-6 game, not a coach's dream, but we found a way to outscore, right? And I think as the season progresses, you're going to see scores start to come down a little bit because teams are going to tighten up defensively. And that's important to our group, to tighten up defensively. We want to do that, but I think we're also a team that's predicated off of puck possession in the offensive end, and we have to get back to that. We have to get over pucks and establish time in the offensive end, because if we are establishing time in the offensive end and possessing pucks, Muskegon doesn't have it. So I think that's a focus of ours, not only defensively strong and having good posture in the D zone, but also our ability to possess the puck in the offensive end to keep it away from them.
Perfect. Best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you.
Dear First Place, how do you get to the top? When you see something you want, just keep on climbing. And don't let anything stand in your way. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 48 months on a tough new 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Slam it home. Steele scored! Tonight's lineups will first start with the scratches for both squads. For the visiting Muskegon Lumberjacks, out of the lineup, Justin Solivay, Mikhail Catton, Lucas Zizika, and Cameron Acoyne. For the Capitals, out this evening, Jack Brandt, Colton Jamieson, Nate Murray, and Jake Rossi. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the Muskegon Lumberjacks: Ethan Whitcomb, Sasha Boisvert, Jack Galanik, Philip Nordberg, Easton Young, and Lucas Sweden. For the Caps, it's Mason Moe, James Hong, Max Nagel, Noah Barlagi, Nathan Toby, and Patrick Berzinch. Caps pregame comes to a conclusion. Puck drop at 7:05. You're in the right spot for it. Don't turn that dial. You're listening to Caps Hockey on the Caps Broadcast Network. Slam it home. Finley scores! Steele. I'll be captaining the ship going through your ear ocean all evening long. Thanks for joining me here this evening as the second place Madison Capitals set to face off against the third place Muskegon Lumberjacks, who sit just 1 point back of the Capitals at this point in the season. The Capitals will travel right to left across your Flow Hockey screen and Caps broadcast radio dial as we welcome those of you on Flow Hockey into the broadcast booth as well. 4-0, 1-0 start to the season for Madison. Look to improve on that here this evening as they face off against the Lumberjacks. Capitals will wear their white tops, traveling right to left as I mentioned, trimmed with navy as well as Columbia blue. Starting for the Capitals this evening, it's Mason Moe, James Hong, and Max Nagel. On the back end, it's Noah Barlagi and Nathan Toby. Patrick Berzinch making his Bob Suter Capital Ice Arena debut here this evening. Large national anthem group for the Caps. So they're just clearing all that so we can get underway here in Middleton. Muskegon will travel left to right. Thanks for joining us here this evening. If you're a Lumberjacks fan, they're wearing the all-black everything trimmed in tan. It'll be a face-off at center ice. Mason Moe, Max Nagel, James Hong. Moe playing in his first game here at Bob Suter's Capital Ice Arena. Second round pick in the Phase 1 draft for Madison back in May. That draft week ever so important for the Capitals here this season. The referee's ready to go as we are underway. The puck is down and hockey is in the air here in Middleton as the Caps chip this one forward. It's James Hong chasing after it. Therefore, Muskegon, though, to start things coming back the other way is Philip Norberg making his USHL debut this evening. Nathan Toby on the far side sends it right back down in deep. Lucas Sweden will stop it there for a moment, which allows Muskegon to start up the near side. Sending it over to the far on the backhand was Galanick. He gets it to Whitcomb, drops for Boisvert, back to Whitcomb in the corner, just a little too far in front of him. Maybe not the way he wanted it, but Whitcomb does receive. Up to the point now. On the far side, a shot from Veillot gets blocked along the way, and the Capitals have numbers coming back the other side. Into the offensive zone, it's James Hong. Backhand shot towards Sweden, sticked away into the corner as Muskegon starts up ice up the near side. On it, there's Galanick. He sends it up and out of play. A faceoff will come at center ice. Just 52 seconds into period number 1. 0-0 our score between the two sides. Caps traveling right to left, and you'll see the first look of the top line for tonight. Finn Brink, Andrew Kuzma, and Gavin Uhlenkamp out there for the Caps. It goes all the way back inside the defensive zone where Ethan Elias is on possession. Up the near side he comes as he's looking for possession. There is Brink, now to Kuzma across for Uhlenkamp. He'll chip that one down in deep. Caps will go on the hunt as Owen Keefe awaits for it. The 06 defenseman committed to Boston University sends it up that far side wall. Waiting there for it for Muskegon is Joe Connor. Connor backhands it over to the near side. Keefe waits. Keefe with some pressure on him, but does get it to the middle for the captain, Cody Kroll. Kroll to the near side for Gridden. Gridden unable to get anything there. The Muskegon Lumberjacks leading scorer at 10 points this season, towards the top of the league as well in that category. 18.5 to go, period number 1. Muskegon starts up that far side, intercepted by Elias. Caps into the offensive zone offside as Uhlenkamp tried to make a move at the blue line. One of the oldest tricks in the book. You can't do that as the Capitals will force a whistle there. Face-off to come just outside the offensive zone for Madison. It'll be on that far side, opposite the Muskegon bench. As a warning given as Hunter Anderson, Shattuck St. Mary's leading scorer from last season for their prep team, just got a little bit too antsy. The Denver commit unable to do anything with it as Berzinch plays it there for Felicio. Felicio starts up the far side. Bernovic steps off the wall, plays it off that wall, looking for Rollers, unable to find him, and now it's Muskegon coming back the other way. A penalty coming up on Madison. I believe Rainer's Rollers got his stick in the skate of a Muskegon Lumberjack player. Looks a little confused. He goes, "It's me?" as he's going to have to make his way to the box, and Muskegon's power play comes out onto the ice. Muskegon's power play striking at a very high rate this season. You're looking at 34.8%. It's a dangerous unit as they send the first unit out onto the ice now. It's Henricks Gridden alongside on that far wall is number 5. That's Easton Young. Has a couple of more players out there. Joe Connor and Cody Kroll join him as well. So the face-off one back by Muskegon, but it splits the defense as they start up by Sam Rice. Goes up that far side trying to get a hold of him. He pesters him just enough, and it works out for the Capitals as Jack Henry sends it all the way down as the Capitals start up ice up the near side wall. Kroll into the offensive zone for Muskegon. He rings it around. Waiting on that far side there is Connor. He's bodied around there for a moment, and Muskegon will take care of it themselves, or rather the cap ice bounce gets them right at the door, which is perfect for Madison as they're able to send it out into neutral ice. Capitals get one off, the rest remain for the Caps as Aiden Long will send it all the way down. He'll go get a change as well. 1:15 to go, period number 1 on the Capitals penalty kill. 7:12 to go in the first period of play as stepping from behind the net is Sacha Boisvert. Boisvert with speed through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Thought about doing some dangling there. Instead, sends it up the near side wall. Brendan Lamb tries to chip it out. Instead, it's held in by Keefe. Boisvert, Whitcomb, shot. Snatched up there by Berzinch as Berzinch holds on for a whistle. 55 to go on the Rulers. Penalty there. Face-off will be on the far side to the right of Berzinch in net. Hong to take the draw. As the face-off is won back by, it looked like Muskegon at first. It does go off the rafters, but I don't think anybody saw it. It gets out of the zone, so the Capitals will be okay with that. 45 to go here on the kill as Muskegon into the offensive zone. Boisvert settles down on the near side hash, sends it to the far side now for Klee, acquired from Waterloo this offseason. Boisvert on the top of the near side, a shot blocked there by Barlagi. Barlagi tries to just chip it out of the zone around Boisvert. He's unable to. Whitcomb with some pressure on him, and now down low, Muskegon has possession. It's Klee to the near side for Boisvert. Far now for Whitcomb. Whitcomb with a shot that deflects up and out of play. 19 to go on the penalty kill for Madison. 16-19 to go, period number 1, 0-0 our score. And you'll see it here, a blocked shot. Berzinch never has to touch that one as it jumps out of play. Face off to the right of Berzinch in net as it stays inside the defensive zone for Madison. Face off one back. Elias will have a chance to just clean that one out with the backhand, and now Rice actually benefits from an odd bounce. Rice tries to center it towards the middle, looking for Long, but now Muskegon has numbers coming back the other way. Whitcomb tried to make a move at the blue line, does not force anybody offside. A nice save there by Berzinch as the penalty expires. Muskegon still in the offensive zone, though. Boisvert chips it down to the far side. Elias tries to glove it. Instead, it's Klee. Whitcomb back to Klee. Instead, now it's James Mackey clearing things up ice for Madison. Muskegon 0 for 1 on the man advantage. It was an excellent attempt there by the Jacks. Instead, it gets sent down in deep now as the Capitals really haven't established any offensive zone time yet today. Koring towards the middle, looking for action there. And the Capitals could have numbers coming the other way. Just a little too far behind. Bernovic was the Roller's pass. Roller's just stepping out of the box as it comes all the way back in on the stick of Teddy Spitznagel. Spihar back to Spitznagel on the near side. Shoved up against the wall there by Mackey. Rollers tries to clear the zone. Gust will hold for Muskegon at first. Instead, now it's a 2-on-1. Delaney had a feed there from Bernovic. It was just in the air too long for him. He was unable to catch that one as it comes back the near side on a stick of a Lumberjack as they'll chip it all the way down. Berzinch will slow it down there for Henry and gets it to the near side for Felicio. Henry on the far side looking for options to start that breakout. Goes through neutral ice on the stick of Bernovic, but a nice job by the captain for Muskegon to take it right off as the Capitals force a neutral zone turnover, and they'll try to start things back the other way. Bernovic into the offensive zone, kind of tied up there for a moment by Nordberg as it's at neutral ice, and back on the Caps blue line is James Hong awaiting that turnover for Muskegon, and now it's Mo up the near side. Mo has a ton of ice in front of him. Nordberg trying to catch up. Mo with the shot. Glove save there by Sweden, who holds on for a whistle. As we'll take a quick look at that shot at the end of the power play here. You'll see Berzinch goes left to right, and a nice job there on Klee. Tried to get a hold of that and just chip it over the pad, and a nice job by the goaltender there in Berzinch to play big. As a faceoff will come inside the offensive end for Madison. It'll be on the near side to the right of the goaltender. 14-17 to go, period number 1. Kroll and Hong to go at it in the circle. The faceoff won back by James Hong. Felicio unable to hold it in at the blue line, and now the Jacks leading scorer into the offensive zone. Gridden with a shot. Rebound popped out off the blocker that time of Berzinch. Berzinch just kind of poked it out, and luckily for the Caps, no one home for Muskegon as it comes all the way back down the other end. Down inside the defensive zone there for the Jacks. Number 27, that's Jack Sparks. He's the tallest guy on the ice. Coming in at 6'8" out there is the Michigan State commit and LA Kings prospect. On the far side, Mo tied up. Nagel with a shot. Caps leading scorer sends one over the net. Michaud on the near side down into the corner looking for Hong. Finds him. Hong just skated over it and gets it over to the far side now for Mo. Back down low for Hong. Hong looking for options. Plays it off the goal. Keeps it himself. Gets it to Nagel. It's Hong there still looking. Tying it up is Nagel still in his feet as Sparks tries to get it moving. Nagel eventually gets pulled out of the pile but still holds on to possession. A nice job to hold on, and the Capitals are able to make a couple of changes here as the puck finally gets chipped out. Gridden on the near side sends it out towards neutral ice. It takes a hop Muskegon's way. Connor on the top of the near side just goes through his legs, and it just chips wide of the goal as Berzinch maybe corralled it that way. Brink on the near side starts up ice for the Caps. At neutral, it turns over. Hunter Anderson back the other way. Shot goes off the glass, as obviously went right over the net. An errant pass from Hendricks goes to the stick of Uhlenkamp. A nice move there into the offensive zone. Come the Capitals. Offside it would have been if the Capitals touched it. Instead it comes back the other way. Hendricks towards the middle. Klee intercepted there by Uhlenkamp, and the Capitals have number. James Mackey tries to jump up in the play. Kuzma there as well. Kuzma still on possession. Avoids Brink, his own teammate, towards the net. Sweden just sticks it. It goes right back to Kuzma. Kuzma, backdoor, trying to feed it there with the backhand as well. Unable to find the back of the net. Lucas Sweden stands tall as now it's Muskegon right back into the offensive zone. Klee, the former Waterloo Blackhawk, future North Dakota Fighting Hawk. Henricks, shot, goes wide the whole way. Henricks, one of 4 draft picks on this team for Muskegon, as now Long with some speed into the offensive zone towards the net. Deflected up and out of play. Offensive zone draw to come as we hit our first media timeout here in period number 1. 0-0 our score as the Capitals so far in this one, you look at the penalty kill right away. Tough position to go down to as the Caps will be in the offensive zone for a draw when we do return to play. DC Eagles out there ready to throw some t-shirts. As a faceoff will come on the near side to the right of Sweden when we do happen to return. It's an excellent night here to be at the arena. Same deal tomorrow, $6.08 brat and a beer combo. As 15 seconds here on the media timeout. We won't step away. We'll stay here as shots on goal 4-3. Muskegon 0 for 1 on the power play. Rainers Rollers with the tripping minor. Couple of good chances on that man advantage. Nothing came from it though for the Jacks, and now the Caps will head into the offensive zone, and the unit that Andy Brandt says he likes to watch them the most out of any unit for Madison here this season comes out onto the ice. As the faceoff won by Madison. Rice with a shot goes off the right pad of Sweden. On the near side, Boisvert picks up and takes it to the far. Whitcomb gives it right back as Boisvert now comes through neutral ice. Boisvert tries to feed it to that far side for Whitcomb. doesn't get there, but Braver keeps the puck moving forward. Long with a nice job, gets it up the near side wall, trying to get it out of the zone are the Capitals, and Sam Rice, he does just that, gets it to Brendan Lamb. Near side for Felicio, a nice job of neutral zone transitioning there for the Caps. As we'll take a quick look at that shot coming right off the draw. You see it here. It's a face-off won by Rice. He looked like he might have given it to Lamb. Instead, he keeps it for himself, throws it towards the net. Nothing comes from it, though. As a face-off just outside of the offensive zone now to follow. As the Caps and Lumberjacks all square at 0-0. Face-off won back by Madison. Felicio to the near side now for Delaney. To the far now for Brnovic, who brings it into the offensive zone. Brnovic with a shot. Blockered into the near side as it'll come up the near side wall on the stick of Sam Spihar. He chips it down in deep. The Lumberjacks will go on the forecheck. The Caps try to clear the zone up the near side. They try to come, but it's a nice job by Muskegon to just keep it right there on the hash marks. Pearson down low, trying to find the middle that time was Spihar. He gets it up top to the far side for the defenseman there in Nordberg. As you see, it's just the Capitals trying to bring it in. On that far side, it was Brnovic. Does a nice job to play the eyes, looking like he's going to pass Nordberg. I don't think buys it at all, though. As we remain tied 0-0, just under halfway through period number one. Face-off there for the Capitals. Gets started up ice. It's Rollers. We'll just send it down into the corner and let Chris Delaney go to work. Delaney looking for options here. Up that far side wall, he takes it. But it's Cody Kroll getting it to Gridden. Now forward for Connor. A nice job by Henry to spin it right back up ice. Did he get a deflection? They say no. I think Brnovic knew it the whole way. As a face-off will come in the defensive end for Madison. It'll be to the right of Berzinch, it looks like, is the side of the choosing. That they pick. Face-off on that far side. Won by Henry. Henry comes up the near side, backhand feed that time to Delaney, who tried to get it towards the middle. Delaney does a nice job just to take the stick away from Owen Keefe. Keefe picks it right back up and hops into the rush, but now it's the Capitals coming back the other way. Brnovic tried to feed it to Delaney into the offensive zone. Now it's Mason Moe. Moe on the near side looking for options. Gets it to Rollers. A shot there. Sweden doesn't know if he has it, but he does. He didn't know, but luckily he erred on the side of caution there. Here's that Rollers chance one more time. Rollers, although he hasn't put anything up in the score column, he's been a big part of this team. Big two-way defender and a big factor in the offensive zone. Just had bounces go his way thus far like that one. Sweden doesn't know if he has it. That's a 50-50 one. As the Capitals look to try to take advantage of some offensive zone time. Instead, it's Muskegon coming back the other way. Puck bounces up as it'll force Muskegon to regroup at least as Barloggi plays it with his glove. 9:38 to go, period number one, 0-0 our score as it comes all the way down where Toby will have to play for Madison. Barloggi thought about going to the far side. Instead comes to the near, and he was a little too late. Henricks had a pass go through the slot. Madison able to start up ice now, though, as Moe steps on the wall and turned it over. Henricks with a nice job to just withstand Max Nagel. Moe does a nice job to get it back, and now the Capitals have numbers. A 3-on-1. It's James Hong, Mason Moe, and Max Nagel. Hong with the shot. It goes off the right shoulder of Sweden. Up and out of play for a whistle. A 3-on-1. You hope something were to come for it for Madison. Nothing does, and the scoreboard stays vacant. 0-0, 9:07 to go, period number one, as a faceoff will come to the right of the goaltender in net. Sweden looks to his right as the faceoff is won back by his squad. Nordberg takes a spill but gets the puck moving forward to Whitcomb. Whitcomb to the near side now. It's waiting for its Galanic. Galanic drops back for Kohring, who sends it down in deep. Whitcomb hustles to it and just beats Ethan Elias to the puck. On that far side, it's dropped down into the corner. Boisvert unable to get it. Brink does a nice job to break it up as Uhlenkamp starts up ice. Drops for Kuzma. It's a little too far behind him and he slips and falls. Brink does a nice job to recover though for the Caps and starts back up ice. Kuzma working against the Jacks towards the middle. Mackey with a shot. Deflected along the way. At least he tried to deflect it. Was Uhlenkamp. Sweden saw it the whole way. The lumberjack on the chest of Lucas Sweden holds on for a whistle. Lucas Sweden, the Swedish native, 2.50 goals against average and 919 save percentage, 2-0-0 on the season. As you'll see that shot here again, Mackey, smart, throws it towards the net. Good things happen when you throw it towards the net, typically just not there. Face off to the right of Sweden once again as the faceoff's won back. Mackey with another one towards the net, blocked right away and into the corner by Cooper Pearson. Up the near side it comes. Pearson out of the defensive zone, tips it around Mackey, and now Spitznagel chases after it. A nice job by the Capitals to just get things moving forward, but again, it's Muskegon taking over inside the offensive zone as Mackey pushes that one along. As it goes all the way down, will it be there for icing? I don't think it will, as the player there for Muskegon is Veo. Veo turns it over. Lamb into the offensive zone, throws on the brakes on the near side. He turns it back the other way. Cooper Pearson starts up ice for Muskegon off of his feet, and now we might have some even more transition game. Both of these teams like to get out and play fast, and you see it in their goal totals. Muskegon's the highest scoring offense this season here in the league at 6 goals per game. Madison not far behind at 4.6 goals a game at 4th in the league. You knew it was going to be a high-scoring contest. The only thing that could stand in the way, quite literally, is the goaltenders. Patrick Berzinch and Lucas Sweden have done a great job of that so far. Sparks just inside his own defensive blue line. Bernovic tries to poke it around as now Joe Connor towards the middle for Gradin as it comes all the way back down. Felicio gets tied up for a moment. Puck goes towards Berzinch. Berzinch still trying to cover it as Felicio just lost possession there as the Capitals will come the other way. Bernovic tried to backhand it to Delaney, unable to find him. This Bernovic, Delaney, and Rollers line, the only line that's really stayed together this season. I mean, you've seen a bunch of pairings stay together. Whenever Uhlenkamp's in the lineup, you seem to see him and Brink together. Coaching staff for the Capitals really likes that pairing as Gridden throws one towards the net. As you'll see this chance here, Felicio battling with Gridden. Gridden, there's a reason he's got 10 points to his name. He goes towards the net. Berzinch unable to hold on to it, and it's Rainer's Rollers. Again, his points aren't there really for him. Only 2 points through 5 games. But he's making plays like that. He's almost like an extra defenseman out there for Madison. Face off on the near side to the left. A Berzinch in net. Rollers will take the draw. As the face-off is won back, at least it appeared for a moment. It is won back as Michaud takes out the far side. Bernovic towards into the offensive zone, throws on the brakes, gets it to the near side for Delaney. Tried to feed it backdoor for Michaud. Couldn't find him, and now it's Muskegon coming back the other way. Anderson gets behind the defense. Anderson with a 2-on-1, far side, scores. It's Ty Hendricks with the first of the season. Berzinch did all he could do as Muskegon strikes first. 6:22 remains in the period. As nice play. Anderson with the assist on that one. I didn't quite see who was the player who fed it up to him. As Muskegon takes their first lead of the night. When Muskegon scores first this season, they're 3-1, 0-0. When Madison gives up the first goal of the game, they're 1-0, 1-0. As the Capitals' lone loss did come against Lincoln last week, and they did give up the first goal in that game. Actually, in both games in that series, start off the season with 3 games where you score first. The next 3, the other team scores first. They give the second assist to Klee as the faceoff that followed still went Muskegon's way. And you look at these two teams going against each other tonight. You don't want to get into a barn burner against Muskegon. You talked to Andy Brandt in pregame, and he said it. You don't really want to get into a scoring match against any team if you're a coach. And at this point, Madison needs to find one of their own back on the other end. Whitcomb comes back, that time for Barry. Barry towards the middle for Klee into the offensive zone. Klee tries to toe drag around Elias, unsuccessful in doing so as Felicio gets it to Elias, moving forward now for Brink. Far side for Kuzma. Kuzma tries to find Uhlenkamp on the near side, just couldn't do it. Offside on the Capitals as Uhlenkamp got hit on the way in. The faceoff will come just outside the offensive zone for Madison. Offside, under 5 to go in period number 1. Kuzma, Uhlenkamp, and Brink, Felicio, and Elias join him out there. Faceoff is won back by Klee as up that far side, Barry passes it. Tried to get it all the way down as Berzinch plays there for Felicio. Felicio towards the middle. Kuzma ahead now for Brink. Brink into the offensive zone. Looked like he'll take it, and sure enough he will. Uhlenkamp on the far side, backhand towards the net. Shot there. Rebound sits there. Felicio with a shot, and it gets blocked. Felicio buries the rebound, and the Capitals tie it up at 1. Felicio follows it up and slams it home. As we're all square at 1-1, you'll see it here. Felicio with the shot, realized that it wasn't going to go in, follows up his own rebound and slams it home. Sweden really didn't have a chance. He was so far out on that one. I believe Uhlenkamp will pick up a point on that goal, which will be his first USHL point for Felicio. Goal number 4 of the season, number 8 of the career. As the Capitals, as turnover, and it's Muskegon back the other way. Young up the near side wall, turns it over, and Long and the Caps come forward. Long into the offensive zone. Tries to get it forward for Rice. Nice job by Long to step back and play some defense there as Henry lays a body down in Young. As they do get Brink with the second assist on the goal announced here in the arena. As into the offensive zone now with a shot coming off the stick, that time of Spitznagel, the future Michigan Wolverine. Up the near side wall it comes, and it goes out into neutral ice where Owen Keefe will play. Keefe into the offensive zone, far side shot comes off the stick of Veillot. Veillot's shot just sees the webbing of the glove of Patrick Berzinch. 3:39 remains, period number 1. 1-1 our score. As a faceoff will be on that far side to the right of Berzinch in net. Second line out there for Muskegon. Second line out there for Madison. As Roller's kind of directing traffic on where he wants Nathan Toby. Faceoff one back, and it's Keefe on the top of the near side. Shot goes wide. Karams to the far side now for Bernovic, who just tries to chip it around the defenseman there in Veillot. As it comes back to Keefe eventually for Muskegon. It'll go all the way down. Icing on Muskegon. I thought Gridden would have got that. Instead, it comes all the way back down. Offensive zone draw to follow. Shots on goal 10-9 in favor of the Lumberjacks to this point. Rollers to square up against Cody Kroll, who wins the draw. The captain for the Lumberjacks up that far side. Slammed into the wall by Nathan Toby as Joe Connor trying to contest for possession there between the two sides. Bernovic thought he had it. Rollers will hold. Down into the corner, it goes a little too much on it for Delaney. Bernovic pokes at it, sits out front. Delaney tries to slam it home. And it comes to the near side where Gridden can slow it down for Muskegon. At least it appeared a shot on goal, or rather a deflection on goal. Gridden tried to send it across. Bernovic got a leg on it, and it deflected onto Sweden. Sweden coming in at 5'9", 154. As you'll see it there, it just stayed out. Sweden really never had a chance at it. Delaney had a couple of swipes, but just was unable to do anything with it. And nice job by Cody Kroll to keep it out of his own net. As Mo on the near side plays it up the wall. Mo slammed into the wall. Comes up the near side for Mackey, who just tried to play the puck. E came over, and now it's a chance behind. Whitcomb plays it up high. It bounces over the net. Elias and Mackey both played on the same side of the ice, and you don't want Ethan Whitcomb to sneak behind anytime soon. As Elias has a chip over his stick that time, Whitcomb once again in on the action. Boisvert has his stick lifted, and it goes out to neutral ice where Kohring will settle it down and send it right back in. Berzinch slows it down, looks to play it to the far side now for Elias. Playing it forward there, looking for Hong. Kind of got stuck up in the stick that time of a lumberjack, and now Mo comes forward for Madison. Mo into the offensive zone. No offside, they say. Is in the corner it goes. Up the near side it comes once again for Muskegon as Whitcomb towards the middle of the ice. A nice job by Nagel to pick his pocket, but Whitcomb gets it right back. Nagel now the other side gets it back. There's a flurry of turnovers between the two sides as Muskegon, with 1:45 to go in the period, chips it down in deep. 3 Capitals there. You'd expect that they're able to settle things down. Sure enough, they are. Jack Henry there for Madison. Felicio takes a spill and is a little slow to get up. Felicio clearly not at 100% here, I would say. At least with the speed it took him to get up. If he's at 100%, Capitals probably might have him take a shift or two off. As in the corner it goes. It's Klee. Just has it go through his stick that time and down into the corner. Anderson has it jump his stick as well, as now Henry towards the middle of the ice goes forward. A nice job of 2-on-1 now for Madison. It's Brink and Kuzma. Kuzma to Brink. Brink back to Kuzma. It got deflected along the way. You take the shot. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20. If that puck gets through to Kuzma and he slams it home, you're absolutely okay with it, but it didn't. And Brink, and that 2-on-1, nothing comes from it. Couple of odd man rushes here in period number 1 for Madison. Nothing came from either of them. The lone goal was scored on a rebound. Toby plays it forward, intercepted. Pearson on the far side for Muskegon, down low for Klee. Klee has it taken away, at least for a moment. Toby starts the rush up ice for Madison, back the other way with 30 in the period. Long achieves the red line, sends it down in deep. The fourth line out there for the Capitals as it's played up the far side wall by Muskegon. It gets out towards neutral ice. It'll be icing if it gets there. Sure enough, it does. It just trickled right over the line. It didn't get to the end wall, but it got over the goal line. 17.7 to go, period number 1. Faceoff will come on the near side as the Capitals will throw out their second line of Delaney, Rollers, and Bernovic. Elias and Felicio join them on the back end. Faceoff is won back by Muskegon. Veillot plays it up that far side wall. Stepping off the wall is Spitznagel, comes to the near side. It's Spihar deflecting it down in deep. With some speed, he beats Elias to the puck. Elias battles there against Rollers, or with Rollers, I should say, as the puck goes towards the net. End of period number 1. Our score 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Quick scoring summary at 6:22 remaining in the period. Ty Hendricks was able to find the net, assisted by Anderson and Klee to take a Muskegon 1-0 lead. Felicio would answer just about 2 minutes later with a goal of his own to tie things up at 1-1. That'll do it for our first period coverage. Muskegon 0 for 1 on the power play. Capitals not sent to the man advantage as we're all square 1-1. Yeah, away's good. He'll control his zone on that. Yeah, he should be good. Unreal. Thank you.